At this very moment, humanity is on the fast lane for major change. And I'm not talking about physical change, I'm not talking about mental change, I'm talking about a paradigm shift where we are moving more into the spiritual dimensions of our reality. Humanity is now going through a period of spiritual awakening. We are going through a major transition of society, of our structure, of our systems, and to me it's exciting. I think things are going to get a little bit wild here because we are collectively moving towards a paradigm change where spirituality is going to be a bigger part of everyday life. And I'm not just talking about our beliefs or perceptions changing, I'm talking about the entire system of reality changing to accommodate the collective consciousness, which is veering in this new direction. So even though this seems like everything, that this is consciousness, full stop, this is actually just one slice of the cake. This is just one level of reality, and you'll find that the deeper we go, the more connected we all become. So we tend to think that our consciousness is dependent on reality, but it's actually the other way around because the collective consciousness creates reality. So we are all experiencing a manifestation of the collective consciousness. Therefore, whatever happens in the collective will start to manifest into our reality. So for example, if different concepts and ideas are starting to penetrate the collective consciousness, you'll start to see a shift amongst all of humanity, not just bits and pieces, but the entire collective, because that information is coming from a deeper part of our consciousness. So let's look at an example. AI has sort of popped out of nowhere over the last few years, and it has become this very increasingly integrated part of our society or part of our consciousness. If enough people start to think about or visualize or believe a certain concept, then it is going to slowly start manifesting into this reality because it is taking root in the collective consciousness. So everything that we are experiencing here in this world is some sort of manifestation of our collective consciousness. Everything good, everything bad, everything neutral, everything strange. So when these new concepts and ideas start popping up into our society and materializing, such as AI or the existence of aliens, or even nuclear wars and things like that, it is because enough people are starting to think about these things or understand these things or believe in these things that it is becoming a more prominent part of the collective consciousness, of our collective psyche. So what happens when the collective consciousness starts to take root in an idea is it will manifest it into our reality, and the idea will become real. It will actually materialize into our reality because enough people are thinking about it, and enough energy is going towards the creation of this idea. Our collective right now is deciding which reality to create. We are sort of at a crossroads, and one path that we go down is utopic. It's very beautiful, and many people are starting to think about it. Many people are starting to come from this place of love and gratitude and compassion and high vibrations and connection with God. Part of the collective psyche is pushing in this direction where we are creating this utopia of sorts. This is why you have so many movements towards spiritual realization and spiritual awakening and self-sustainability and these ideas of utopias in a way, and systems that we can create as human beings to create these utopias. But another part of the population is pushing towards war, is pushing towards hatred, towards conflict, towards division, towards suppressing spirituality and being so dogmatic in science or scientific beliefs. So you can see the two paths that humanity can go down here. One path is looking beautiful. It is incorporating spirituality more into our lives, where it will be taught in education, and many more people are going to start seeking spiritual growth and realization. So our world is going to become a very different place because all of these spiritual concepts that are sort of under the radar or under the surface right now are going to pop up, and the evidence will be everywhere. We won't be able to avoid it anymore. There won't be a such thing as someone not believing in spirituality because it will become a core concept or a integrated part of our reality. It won't be this separate thing that we see spirituality as one thing or one dimension and our reality as another dimension. these realms of existence are going to collide and create one realm. And this is what five-dimensional reality is essentially. It is where these two separate realms, or the way that we can perceive it is that they are two different layers. So we have reality and the spiritual dimension. They are going to actually blend together to create one dimension. And what this means is that spirituality is going to become a much more inherent part of our existence, and it will be undeniable because we are going to see it everywhere. We are going to perceive it. It's going to be taught in school. But there is also a darker side to this. So if more people start to get trapped into these states of fear or paranoia or division, hatred, and these low vibrational energies that we don't want to experience necessarily, we don't need to experience it anymore, then the whole collective is going to start veering towards this direction. So our reality is going to start mirroring this fear and this anger and this hatred and this resentment. And to an extent, it already is. This is why there is so much conflict in the world right now. There are many different wars happening. There's a lot of political turmoil. There's a lot of division because the reality is manifesting what the collective consciousness is experiencing. So while on one hand our world is going to shit, on the other hand our world is becoming a utopia. We sort of have these two different paradigms happening at the same time, and the collective consciousness is right now deciding which one to veer into. Do I go more into the 3D carnal realm where there's a lot more suffering and anger and division and totalitarianism and all of this crazy dark shit that we don't want to experience, or is it veering towards this direction of creating this spiritual utopia where we are self-sustainable, where we have more community, where we have more love, where we have more gratitude? So the collective consciousness right now is deciding where it's going to start pivoting its attention towards, and things are starting to get crazy because this is happening. We are right now on this fork, and we need to decide what direction we're going to go as a collective. Everything that you do is a form of energy, and it's the energy that you give off which influences the collective. So your beliefs, your actions, your attitudes, what you do in this world are all forms of energy. So think about the forms of energy that you are giving off. Are you generating positive energy that is going to influence the collective in a positive way? Or are you generating low vibrational energy that is going to influence the collective in a low vibrational way? You can't change the collective, but you are a small part of the collective. So what you can do is start bringing your energy towards the five-dimensional paradigm by spiritually growing, by exploring your consciousness, by healing, by experiencing more love and gratitude and compassion. As long as most of us do this, we are going to pull the other part of this consciousness and unify it into this direction of love and light and positivity and all of these good things that we can have as a society that can be mirrored from the collective consciousness. So all of us need to do our part to experience more high vibrational energy, because even though it's sort of like drops in the pond, it does make a difference. If everyone is experiencing more high vibrational energy, the entire collective is going to transition towards a paradigm of high vibrational energy. And while we have these other forces competing with us, we need to make sure that we aren't pulled into aggression, that we aren't pulled into division, that we aren't pulled into these states of hatred and hating one another. Even if you feel like it's unfair, even if you feel resentful, you need to lead by example. This means you need to lead by actually being the better person, by healing yourself, and by experiencing more high vibrational energy, and doing your best to actually create a world that is beneficial, that is beautiful for everyone to live in, for our future generations to live in. Whether your responsibility is healing other people, whether it's educating other people, whether it's just holding the vibration of love and anchoring in these frequencies to this world, to this collective consciousness, we all have a role to play. We need to move towards this paradigm of light, this paradigm of spirituality, this paradigm of love, because this is the future of humanity. This is how we collectively evolve our consciousness, and this is what it's all about. With that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to anchor in these positive healing frequencies to the world. Do your best to raise your vibration and just be the best person you can in this time of transition, and know that you are on the right side of history. Thank you for watching this video. God bless. Take care of yourself.